Hello and welcome to Knife Delights. I happen to have another little antique store find. Got me a Stockman here, and you know what? This is just perfect for a Saturday Stockman Stampede, a wonderful open tag started by our good friend Terry over at Terry's Knives and Man Stuff. Thanks, Terry, for this great open tag. Well, the knife overall is in pretty good shape. But as you can see, we've got some blemishes here on the blades. And if we look down in here, let me get my flashlight going. Come on, there we go. You can see we got some rust down in there. Now, I've used sandpaper and done a lot of scrubbing and that to get rid of rust down in there before. But what I want to do is I have some Evaporust. That is the name, right? Evaporust, that's what it is. Okay, I just want to make sure I was saying it right. But yeah, and I want to just see, I'm going to soak this for about a half hour and just see what happens to the blemishes there on the blades, that patina or slight rust, and of course the rust down inside. So let's give it a soaking and I'll be right back with you. All right, let's see how she did after a half hour of soaking. Take the knife here, put it in some fresh water. Try not to spill things. Rinse it off here a bit. And wipe it down. Okay. Now, let's look down in them channels. See what it looks like. It was working on it, wasn't it? Let's get it to focus here. There we go. Now the important thing is, how well did it loosen this stuff up? We'll just give it a try here. Give it a whirl. Oh yeah, look at that. Still some rust down in there. So, let's give it another half hour. And see what we come up with. Well, let's check after another 30 minutes of soaking. I'll take it out of here and we'll put it up here in some clean, fresh water. Rinse it off just a little bit. And we'll check and see what we got. I'm really curious to see if it'll help get rid of like that patina right there, that really dark spot there. Those are always hard to get out. Okay. So, this is what we got. That's what it looks like down in there. Get it to focus here. You can see there's still just a little bit down in there. So, let's get a clean patch. And we'll just see what we got. It's coming out. It is coming out. Now, if we look here, right, whoops, don't need the strobe. We look right there, we got some rust right there too, don't we? So let's just see what we got, what we can do there. Take some of it out there. Yeah, we're getting some of it. Well, it sure seems to help. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to start now just going back to cleaning the way I used to, using the Dremel tool, see what we can come up with. Well, I believe I'm pretty much done with this knife now. I've done a lot of cleaning on it. I use the Evaporust. Sorry, I'm filming this in segments and doing some segments on other knives too. I can't quite remember where I was at on this one when I left off. But, of course, just to recap, I soaked it with mineral oil. It was very rusty. The blades wouldn't hardly open and close. I think I've restored some snap to them. And my big thing here that I wanted to check with the Evaporust was, would it help me down here cleaning out the cavity? And it sure has. So what I did is I soaked it for about 30 minutes, cleaned on it a little bit, soaked it another 30 minutes, and then I used just a little bit of sandpaper just to kind of loosen things up, and put it down in there for another 30 minutes or so. And boy, it just took that rust right out of there. It's looking really good right now. It's a little dirty down in there. I got some dirty oil to get out of there yet, but that's looking pretty good. We look at our blades. Our blades came out looking pretty good. Now, they wouldn't polish up evenly. They just would not. I've used a couple coats of case paste on it. They are nice and clean and there is no rust, but it doesn't polish up evenly. And I don't know if I need a better buffing wheel and some buffing compound or what. I just can't get them. They're shiny, but they're not evenly shiny. You can see those splotches on there yet. But we've preserved the knife. That's what's most important to me in all of this. The Evaporust did its job. It made cleaning this knife up a whole lot easier than getting the rust off. Didn't have to do, any sanding or anything on the blades. And when I used the rubbing compound on the blades, it took the rust right off really easy. So in the long run, it saved some time. Now, I do want to say this is what I believe to be a Model 47 Ulster premium stock knife. Yeah. And there's our tang stamp there. Ulster. It's Ulster USA, and then there's something underneath it. Oh, I don't know. There's my magnifying glass. Let's see if we can find out just exactly what that says. Well, I can't see through the light. I think it says Ulster, and then the second line is knife, and then USA, I believe is what it says. But anyway, overall, I mean, look at how those back springs cleaned up. Really nice. I can keep working on it. I could get it shinier, but we've got it preserved. We've stopped any further deterioration on it. Now, as far as the snap, the main blade here, this nice clip point with that swedge on it and the French pull, the long pull on it, it's pretty weak. pretty weak. But it didn't have any snap at it at all. Here's our spade blade. Decent snap. And then this is a blade that Patty likes to see on his Stockmans. He likes to see that punch on there. So there you have it. Finished up with one more knife here. Got it preserved. I'll probably do a soaking in mineral oil later on, just to make sure I got all the stuff flushed out, all the evaporust and water and soap and everything, just to give it a good cleaning out before I put it up for good. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you once again to Terry from Terry's Knives and Man Stuff for having this great open tag. Down here in the right-hand corner, there's a link to my playlist. Down in the center, that big round Knife Delights button, you can punch that if you'd like to subscribe to the channel. And down in the left-hand corner, well, that's just the next video that YouTube thinks you should watch. So until next time, have a very delightful day.